Hello, Nancy, Miss Pelosi, Speaker Pelosi. Excuse me. My name is Anthony Wall. There are criminal uses of unity, the concept of it, the word slash value of unity. It is positive or negative, is negative value nature. They're forcing it maintained, valued as pretended positive, consciously knowing they're using it as negative value nature, as criminal insidious natures of positive originally and still, pretending that it's legalized just because they were told that through campuses, through types of rules treatments. In other words, that originally and still they exploit. Everything they have the right to, they have the right to lie, but they were lying about that. So there's a Zach Comey. I don't know. He's recorded, confessed, involved with a Mancini brothers, people associated with him, with houses in a circle around a golf course involved criminally, foreign and domestic, and with overt criminal enterprises. And these are people with crime acts together. It has identity thefts, fake conversations with me through time. They put fake news stories with me, fake communications with me as the news. At the same time, they forced the principal child defender to prove it anyway by mistake. They got caught anyway. But there are still worse. There were all hiding then and now by not letting me speak and by just attaching me and others to their roles with torture, to their roles with, in other words, using time. You arresting people they know are innocent for sequence shifts as torture to prevent them from reporting what they're caught doing. The Weathersfield police chief using his daughter, using his extended family member with a Mazzucato bakery. Also, my neighbors at Cololo have a Phil Cololo recorded, confessed, involved with the rest of the child offenders, drug crime roles where they use lying to girls, where they have the drug dealers as police form interbranch drug cliques, but they're also criminal ones. In other words, they're also using that for identity thefts through time that are exploiting crime methods, also maintain facilitated on and off campuses. Value. For example, with their crime acts roles with defendants of former director of the FBI and with their family members criminally involved. The family with the child offender also recorded and confessed involved crimes with Eric Jensen and Eric Oliveri and Eric Knerr, a Kerr family, with the New Britain Superior Court through time. Their crime acts roles with CIA and with FBI. Did another YouTube video on that. See, people don't want to hear about. They don't want to hear about fun things. But see, if you can't do a work unless you're going to ignore things like everyone else. Why do I want to have to be a knave like them? These are also crime acts roles with criminal uses of boxing, with a Mayano family, with the interbranch fakes, with sequence of identity theft, crime acts clicks, attaching me to fake locations, fake natures of relationships to themselves, sequence shifts. These are people that have crime acts roles with New Britain Superior Court through time, Hartford courts with their family. No one has time for this. You don't let me beg. You get me a response right now. They're coaching the kids. They had one girl stay home. They report, put her face in the news, put her name. These are foreign and domestic families sick with overt criminal enterprises and with sick nations of police there and here. Why do you think they're fighting about pretended care for DACA recipients? They don't care about the DACA here or there. That's why they're leaving. That's why Nancy, I'm not yelling at you, Nancy, because you're a woman. But you guys need to be yelled at. Each of the branches, you guys are sick because you came through sick campuses. Now follow mandated law and give me a response. Also for the O'Brien family, recorded and confessed involved with this Cololo family, involved with the rest of the child offender. When I was a kid, they had some kind of crime act roles with the corners of the street of the principal child offender. That was then exploited again, leading up to a 2006 case. I know that he was walking around the corner and with a disgusting nature and tied to the Rickson Faglione. Also recorded and confessed federal crimes with people associated with drug clicks associated with the Britain Superior Court, with the identity theft clicks, sequence shift clicks, names forging and name switching clicks, with judges. You know what that does? When switching names, they're using the time, then they're attaching me and others to fake conversations. They're making confessions. They're using that time to attach us to other things. They're exploiting forever nature. Too fast, too slow using time. Criminally all the way. Sequence shifting. They say, watch Nancy Pelosi's face when the president's giving a speech. They're keeping the president's forced to be knaves with you. You have no integrity. Politics, democracy, Republican. You guys are sick. Wethersfield, Connecticut, the state judicial branch offices on opposite recorded, criminally for and exploited. Sick, criminally used by a whole bunch of people who died with a Fianza family, attached with a whole bunch of natures of crime with these judges. On and off that location too. On and off locations on Two Route Highway. There's also a Spada family recorded and confessed with the FBI and with the judges, family members criminally involved, foreign and domestic. Crime acts roles that Eric Jensen also recorded, confessed, demonstrated. People associated with the corners of houses on the corners of streets involved with them criminally, like near Walcott Hill, and where the dentist Cesaro used to live. There's a new one there that Chris Walters said, confessed, recorded, and demonstrated involved with him and people associated with like a Kerr family, crime, and a DeMauro family. I never saw him in the context of DeMauro. He didn't go to my school, but these are people involved with crimes with Trade Center in Washington D.C. and sexual circles with like one girl who had their hands in a whole bunch of boyfriends, and they shared her. They didn't like it. Some of them. And that's also one of them was reportedly a Dan Keene by one of the officers criminally involved with her, like a Joe DeMora and a Kerr family and a Jerry Miller recently recorded and confessed that all other officers are involved with him with online federal crime acts, evidence crime acts with this Kerr family. These are people recorded and confessed and demonstrated crime acts roles with courts. See, in other words, one-way reports through time. These are courts that are criminal uses of our campuses in the background. These are people that are crime acts roles with a whole bunch of federal criminals and their family members that are co-defendants of a former director of the FBI in a 2006 Connecticut case. Other Connecticut cases leading up to them criminally in the courts criminally and since lying about them criminally as crime acts roles with uses of the fake news crime acts. The Wethersfield police have been and are using their Facebook page criminally. Other cities, fire departments, and medical campuses, and Wethersfield Police Department criminally involved. Also, a lady family pretended to know me through time. Identity theft crime acts. As doctors, they use triage places. They're recorded having used triage places to pretend conversations with people with recorded physical delusions, property. This is also with them recorded and confessed involved with the Institute of Living, involved with child sex offenders through time, with the Archdiocese, with the investigations into that, with judges retired and standing criminally involved with them. See, now we have crime acts not being allowed, and then they're pretending, oh, they're trying to figure out, and they're lying about what's actually recorded online. They're in big trouble now. So please don't make me beg the Vatican to whip your ass. Today you move. You get me a response right now. Pick one name in sequence. Shouldn't have to force you into branch, you cowards. You. And watch the way you're lying to the American people. With the way you pretend facial expressions, because you're sick. It's not personal. I'll help delineate your delusions from your criminal foreign influences. I can, but your experts can't. That's recorded.